While the ag community works to factor in those numbers, there's still a lot of concern around the 45Z tax credit, but there's also a lot of confusion as well. Reuters reported the Biden administration will not finalize the anticipated guidelines before leaving office. But other outlets like Bloomberg have conflicting information. Analysts with DTN say they spoke to officials at the Treasury Department, and they say there will be guidance before the new administration takes over. Senator Chuck Grassley weighed in on the matter, taking to X, sharing that delaying the 45Z guidance will be disruptive to the biofuels industry. He adds the Biden administration's climate agenda has prioritized pet projects for coastal elites and left middle America behind at every turn. That ends when Republicans take power next year. Geoff Cooper with the Renewable Fuels Association joins us now for more on this. Boy, Geoff, I feel like we don't know which way to turn, left or right. It's conflicting reports. What are you hearing from the industry when it comes to potential guidance?
Well, good afternoon, Suzanne. And we, too, are a little confused by all the reports we're hearing out of the media and out of Washington, D.C. According to the law, the Clean Fuel Producer Credit, that 45Z tax credit, is supposed to go live on January 1st. So we're a month away from that tax credit supposed to be available to the industry. And we think that credit, if implemented correctly, would really help drive growth in the production of ethanol and other renewable fuels and potentially even sustainable aviation fuel. And it could also provide an opportunity to reward farmers for adopting certain farming practices. But you're right, we still don't have the guidance, we don't have the details, we don't have the rules from Treasury on how this tax credit is going to work in practice. And that has created massive uncertainty for renewable fuel producers and for farmers. There was that Reuters report yesterday morning that said the Biden administration is just going to punt and not issue guidance on this tax credit before they leave office. But later in the afternoon, we did get confirmation from the U.S. Treasury Department that they do intend to issue guidance before Inauguration Day. So we're going to continue to play the waiting game and keep our fingers crossed that guidance comes out very soon and that it provides the details that our industry needs and that our partners in agriculture need to understand what the landscape looks like moving forward. There are jobs on the line here. This is real stuff that we're dealing with, and we really need some clarity and certainty from the administration before they leave town.
Absolutely. Have you heard, Geoff, of any plants shutting down?
We have heard of a number of biodiesel facilities that are pulling back or planning to shut down. We think there's going to be more of that before the end of the year. We're not seeing that in the ethanol side of the industry yet. These tax credits aren't nearly as important to the margin structure in the ethanol industry as they are in biodiesel. But what is happening in the ethanol industry is plans to invest in new technologies and expansions and new projects. They're all on hold, awaiting some clarity and guidance from the Treasury Department. And of course, that means there's jobs that are sitting on the sideline, and there's investment that is just waiting to be deployed and may not happen until we get a much clearer picture on where this is all headed.
So unnecessary to have so much uncertainty. At this point, have you heard about any registration letters? From what we're hearing with the IRS, they're wanting these registration letters on or before the January 1st, 2025. And now we're hearing from some producers that they did file. They haven't gotten these registration letters from the IRS. So there's a lot of people up in arms over that even.
Well, that's right. I mean, the Treasury, the IRS specifically asked all of the producers that think they may qualify for this tax credit to register. And that happened months ago, and our industry complied. They all sent in their information, but they have not yet, many of them have not yet heard back from Treasury on whether they are truly registered and in a position to access this tax credit come January 1st. So that's another part of this puzzle and another part of this delay that is creating great uncertainty and anxiety in our industry.
Yeah, so much frustration. Thank you, Geoff, for joining us. I know you're busy trying to get all these ducks in a row with everything going on. I appreciate you taking the time. President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Geoff Cooper.